everyone, welcome back to the Creator Shelf. You're joining me for another midweek pop-up. So, well, the weather, first of all, we've had torrential rain, a lot of sun, torrential rain, a lot of sun, and you're gonna have to excuse my attire. Yes, I've got really frizzy hair and it's hot and I can't do that much makeup and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna roll with it because I just really wanted to do this video and I just thought, let's just go for it. So I got home from the post office. Well, I had a little slip in my letterbox last night telling me that I had a parcel, so I went and picked it up just now. And there's also the second deck which I haven't opened. So as you can tell from the title of the video, yes, I'm going to be doing a unboxing, unwrapping, see me attack these boxes with a pair of scissors kind of like moment, and just like my first thoughts or impressions on them. They're two decks that I've been really wanting for a really long time. They were on my wish list since, I don't know, 2 years ago, whatever. And I finally just thought, you know, now is the time that I just want to like, yeah, I still want to get them. I still want to invest in them. I'm somebody that really thinks about whether or not I want to buy a deck for like a gazillion years. I don't know what it is. Not all the time. There have been a few times where I will just do a splurge, but these are definitely decks that I've been wanting. And also, just to be really cheeky, I was hoping that they could be on that matte, beautiful Blue Angel cardstock. However, just like as a side note, I recently just messaged a friend saying, you know, a part of me is starting to really dig the retro, glossy, old stock with the borders. I don't know what it is, like something in me is going a little bit retro, but I like the matte cardstock too. So anyway, let's see what I got and come and join me. So these are decks, maybe you're interested in them, I don't know. First one is a deck that I bought for the summer. So let's open this one first of all, which is my Alice Wonderland tarot deck that I bought. Now these are both, of course, Lucy Cavendish decks, as you can see from the title that I've bought. Artwork by Jesmyn Beckett Griffith. They're both, so basically they're both by the same author and the same illustrator. This is a 2018 deck and it's Blue Angel, and basically kind of like follows the Alice in Wonderland theme. Now, just to be aware, I really like the Alice books, but I'm someone that likes the original books, like the ones by C.S. Lewis. I don't think I've ever seen the cartoon. I'm just trying to think, actually. I don't think I've ever seen the Alice Disney cartoon, and I haven't still seen the movies with you know, Johnny Depp and all of them in it. Now, I am a huge Helena Bonham Carter fan, so I love her, so I would watch the movies for her. But I have to say that I sometimes don't like the, how can I put it? I don't like sometimes the modern take on certain stories. I prefer just the original books, and maybe also because I'm just really old-fashioned in that sense. I'm just old. I'm like an old soul, like I was born like 400 years ago or something, you know? So sometimes I like those books and that kind of like nostalgia, and there's this part of me that really connects with writers and stories that were made in that time. For example, I like Jules Verne. I love Jules Verne books. I love, you know, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is one of my favorite books. I'm not an ocean person. Like, don't put me in an ocean for sure. Don't put me in a sea. Like, I will be just scared crap, basically. But I love Jules Verne and I like his writing. And I love that the ambience that comes with that steampunk time, and kind of like, you know, this quest where people are discovering the world, and it's kind of like, you know, setting out on oceans and you don't know what's going to happen. Very kind of like, you know, the late 19th century kind of thing. So for me, like those kind of like any book written in a period, like I love Dickens too, I really go into that space. Or like, you know, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, you know, like I really go into that space, and that's where like my soul lives. So sometimes when they redo those you know, special stories and even poetry, like, you know, some of the Shakespeare poetry and some of the Shakespeare plays, you know, I really love, you know, like Much Ado About Nothing. Now, of course, I'm not going to see stuff from the 15th century, but I really like it when something is very, very close to that kind of like format. And when they make it kind of like a bit too modern, sometimes it just doesn't sit well with me. And that's my own personal take. And I'm sorry if I'm poo-pooing on anyone's whatever taste or interest or whatever. That wasn't meant to be like that, but it's just something about me that really likes that. However, you're thinking, well, is she going to get to the cards? I bought this deck though because I've heard great things about the Oracle itself. So it's less about the Alice and more about just, you know, another Lucy Cavendish deck, art by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Now, just to say that I do know that many tarot tubers have spoken about this deck and bought it, but what really got me to just go and buy the, you know, hit the buy button this time really was that there's a tarot tuber called Stevie the Kitsch Witch, and I'm going to link her below, and I love Stevie's videos and I love her vibe, and you know, there's something very authentic about, you know, that witchy vibe that I really like from Stevie, and how she sees some of the oracles and her own tarot collection, and I just really like sometimes, you know, to check out new tarot tubers, and she's been someone that I've been watching recently, and then when she did some impromptu walkthrough, sorry, of several decks, there's many others I've recently bought, just to be really clear actually, but you know, that was really like good. So I do like, you know, because I've just done a video I know a few days ago on buying and consumption and stuff. I do like to have stuff, but I need to think about it before I get it, so I'm just like one of those people. So I bought this. Let's see how it works for me. I do, by the way, have the other Lucy Cavendish decks. Let me just see if I can find them here quickly for you. This is where I do my impromptu going into my shelf kind of like moment, because it's just here. Let me see if I can find them. It should be just here, because I do use them often actually. And I especially for some reason use them in the summer, right? I use them in the late summer, which is really strange. And that's the Oracle of the Shapeshifters and the Oracle of, the other way around, the Oracle of Shadows and Light. These are by, again, of course, it's Lucy Cavendish, artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. The publisher here is Simon Pulse, Beyond Words Publishing. So they are a different publisher and they're different cardstock. But I bought these last year and I did use them late summer, early autumn, and I did like them. So, you know, I am kind of like someone that does like some of the Lucy Cavendish stuff. That's the best way I can put it. And so on that basis, I just thought, yeah, this is going to be worth me trying out. Okay, so let me now do the famous unboxing, taking off the plastic moment, where if Nancy from Paper Moon Tarot is watching, she'd be sitting there going, oh God, I hope she doesn't take her eye out while doing this. So I am now making sure that I push away from the fork so I don't hurt myself. Always easier, of course, if you're doing this on a table, but anyway, we're going to roll with this, so I managed to get that off. Get this plastic off. I don't think on the inside of these decks there's more plastic. I hope not. I don't think there is, thank God. Okay, so the famous Blue Angel box, where the box is the size of the card, the guidebook, but not the cards, you know. So there we go. Okay, so okay, let's get this off. Ooh, this is the inside. Gorgeous blue. What a gorgeous blue. It looks very dreamlike, this blue, to me. Anyway, let's go for it. Okay, so. Oh, now this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get this back, which is a bit weird, but I actually really wanted the deck, partially because also I love the backs, which I know some people are going to go, you bought a deck because of the backs, but yeah, I did. That's how I roll with it. Okay, so these are the backs. Look at that. It is matte. I don't know if this deck ever came glossy. Strangely, I've never seen it glossy, but I think it did originally. I think it did. But I've seen many people unveil it as a matte deck. So anyway, these are the backs and these are the cards. Wow, now that's beautiful. Which is why I'm trying to push that out of the way so that I can actually, yeah. That's gorgeous. All in the golden afternoon. The artwork is just amazing. I have to say, for the first time ever, I think this is the first time I'm seeing Lucy Cavendish's artwork on matte rather than on the glossy cardstock, and it does pop really different. There's something about it that changes, I think, when she's on, yeah. Oh, look at these are gorgeous. I'm not going to read them all out, otherwise we'll be here forever, but you get basically a phrase like, I wonder what will happen next, ? Then you have some kind of keywords, so ready to adventure, precipice of change, pause before action. I have to say the artwork to this deck is still, I mean, I've got her other decks, but this one is like This is another level I've seen. And look, there we have the cat, the Cheshire Cat. Beautiful artwork. Okay, keep going. Okay, so here's the next one. Yeah, I mean, I'm really, really impressed. Now, what does that say? Falling. So here she is going down the rabbit hole. Becoming braver. Choices. Investigate. Sorry, I can't read backwards. Investigate. Artwork is gorgeous. I love there's a colour theme going through this deck of these kind of like browns, muted browns. It's gorgeous. I love that pop of green as well. Very surreal. Now this is interesting. With some of Lucy Cavendish's decks, we get kind of like deck cards like these because I think that's how the original artwork was done. I think. I'm assuming here. I have to say that whether or not one likes these kind of like these figures with the big eyes and everything, which I understand is of course down to taste, I do think her art though, I mean, it is just phenomenal. Look at that crow there. I think it's a crow. It's a blackbird. Changed in the night, you have changed quickly. I think it's a blackbird because it's singing. And you can see so much detail there in the background, so much going on. These cards have a phenomenal amount going on in the background, which I haven't really seen with her, the oracles that I just mentioned before. Let's try and speed it up a bit now. So this is clock time. Messengers for a rabbit. Growing up. No need to fear. Who in the world are you? There's a lot of light and not light components in this. There's hopeful but very, very deep stuff as well. I mean, that one's keep your temper. That one's something for me. Definitely. Oh, wow. The right way. Wow. It says then underneath, learning to create what you desire. Yeah, I really want to spend time with this. Set your course. Okay. We're all mad here. Okay. And here more. Try to speed it up a bit now. Oh my God. Wake up. Look at the depth of colour in those flowers. Absolutely gorgeous. That is stunning. Oh, I'm mesmerised by the art in this deck. It's always tea time. So yeah. Queen of Hearts, yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. This is a deck I think that worked so well in the summer as kind of like that darker, moodier energy. I think anyway. I mean, it worked equally as well in the winter as well. I think you can use this in the winter. It's an all-year deck. But I think it's nice to have summer decks that have that moodier tones sometimes. I need that. And I think this deck will help her to kind of like, you know, yeah, with that itch kind of thing. Oh my God, look at that. Impossible Things. Look at the violet hues of that. It's just stunning. Never Jam Today. Oh, I love the colour. I love the pops of colour. Now, this is something, that was it. I think somebody mentioned this. I think Stevie had mentioned this. You see here where there's a change of border here going on. And I get the feeling this is because of the fact that here we have this border and here we don't. Because the original artwork is not made for these dimensions. And I think if they tried to zoom out or something, they would lose too much. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm not a designer in that sense. But I think it's to do with the original artwork, and they want to maybe repurpose or for the first time ever use certain images which are not made though for this card size. That's the thing. So yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. I'm actually blown away by how Lucy Cavendish's artwork really changes, I think, when it comes to matte cardstock. So I am kind of like quite blown away by that. And sorry, not Lucy Cavendish, sorry, Jasmine Beckett Griffith's artwork. Yeah. Oh, gorgeous. Those hues of pink. Oh. So yeah, so that's my first kind of like thoughts of the Wonderland Oracle. So yeah, wow. That's something that I'm intrigued by. It's not something I would have always picked up, but I was intrigued by it, and I did wait good, at least I think 18 months before I went and bought it. So yeah, I'm gonna give myself a break there and say it's okay to get that splurge. Okay, and then we have a deck that I've been wanting also equally for a long time, Le Vampire, and let's open it up. Let's open it up. This is another Blue Angel deck. Lucy Cavendish, Jasmine Beckett Griffith, same duo. Oh, let's do this so that I don't hurt myself. If you're doing this at home, please make sure that you do this taking care of yourself and not hurting yourself with some random scissor moment. Okay, so what are we going to get? Are we going to get the matte cardstock or the glossy cardstock? Who knows? Okay, and if anybody's interested, let me just check here what so the Alice in Wonderland Oracle came with 45 cards. This one comes with, this is the Le Vampire now, comes with 44 cards. Okay, so it's the same size. Original printing was 2014. This printing is 2020. Let's see. This deck I've been wanting, really wanting for so long, and I was kind of like quite devious about the fact that I didn't want to buy it with the glossy cardstock, and I still don't know what I'm going to get, but now I caved in. But that's why it took so long to get it. It's been like something I've been wanting for a long time, but it was just, yeah. Let's see. So if anybody's interested, that's the inside of the box, that gorgeous blue. That's the inside. And let's go for it. Okay, so this is the one that I just picked up from the post office today. And we have matte cardstock. It's matte cardstock, and it's got these borders that I actually like, by the way. I like some of the borders that we get with Blue Angel. Not all of them, but some. And it's got borders that I like. Okay, so let's go for it. Okay, so I'm trying to move things out of the way so I can do this without tipping over the whole camera. Okay. Okay, so the original borders are still there, but this is matte. Okay, and these are the backs. I know not everybody loves the backs, but I love these backs actually. Oh, I like them. I'm okay with it. Yeah. Okay, so these are the cards. I won't read them out, otherwise I'm going to be here forever. Enlightenment. Oh. Look at that black cat. Oh my God, that reminds me of my little baby. Oh, oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Keep going. There's something very heritage about this deck. Oh, this will go with a lot of decks that I have. Yeah, this was definitely an investment, a good investment. Oh, this will go with so much. I can already say that this is going to be, I think, one of my favorite Lucy Cavendish decks. Seduction. So I honestly have to say, pausing here, that I personally think Lucy Cavendish's work in matte does the artwork a lot of justice. It says here, her last day in the light. Look at that. Oh my God. Like, that must be one of my favorite cards. I don't know, like, my favorite card. Death Rites. Oh, these. Oh, I can't wait to get into this. Oh, it's so worth waiting. So if it's been reprinted in 2020, if you're interested, that's the printing I guess you're looking for if you want it in matte. Now I ordered mine from Book Depository, so in case you're wondering, you know, which place did I order this one from? This is Book Depository, and so is the Alice Wonderland one actually as well. But I ordered them at different times. So the Alice one has been sitting here for some time unopened, and now I've got both. Anti-hero. So yeah, I've been also wanting both of these. So it's just great timing, you know. It says Menad. I need to look at what that means. Okay. Redemption. Thirst. I mean, yeah, I'll try and speed it up. I know I'm taking a long time. If anybody is on the fence about either one of these now, as long as you feel like, yeah, I can. So the Alice in Wonderland was, the Alice the Wonderland was 2018 printing. This is 2020 printing. If you're specifically looking for matte cardstock, I have absolutely no hesitation of having bought these. They are definitely ones that I will use, because I've used the Oracle, the two oracles that I've just shown you. So yeah, that was so worth that investment. Oh, look at that. Witness. To know, personal evidence, to speak out. That death will come. And there's the pomegranate. And then on the outside of the pomegranate, we've got this pomegranate. It's got symbols. And then it says mortal, finite, fragile. We have a little bit of diversity, which is great. We should have more, but this is originally a 2014 deck, so I mean, Hunter, Rebellion. Oh, the black cat is back there. It says discipline. What I'm seeing when I see this deck, it's hard for me to say it when I'm looking at the camera, but is the nuances of that depth of the green, and then the darkness of the cloud, and then the way the lighting has been done around that cello and her dress. I mean, what I'm trying to say is the cards really pop on matte, and the whole interplay of colors. I've never really noticed this with the other Lucy Cavendish decks, the ones that I showed you up front. So there must be something about them being on this kind of cardstock that's really just making them sing, kind of thing. I really want the Fairy Tale Oracle too, but that's why I'm hesitating, because is it going to be glossy? So that's why I'm like stalling, basically. Sacrifice, and then it says renunciation, offering, letting go. Sad. I think that says faith. Religion. Yeah. It says canon, rules, commandments. Interesting to look up. Courtesy. There we go. Let me speed this up. I just realized I haven't shown you the guidebooks to either one, so let me just do that quickly. I think I skipped a card there, so sorry, I should go back quickly. There we go. Oh, wow. That's gorgeous. Okay, let's take the guidebook to the last one, because otherwise we'll be here forever. But let's take one randomly. So I've just picked it up here. Free will. Number 23. What does it? How does it? I'll give you a little bit. 23. Free will, and then let's pick this up. So it says sovereign, independence, free spirit. Le Vampire speaks. One of the ironies of the vampiric life is that many of us who have become this unnatural, yet very much alive creature did not choose to become this way. We were turned, created, transformed, and often against our will. And so we wish to speak to you through this card of the sacred nature of free will, of consent. There are those who walk among you, whom many call witches, and within their laws is one which is to do with the consent and consciousness that must come with the casting of a spell. This casting that we do, this spell of the most ancient kind, must be carried out with consent or because of circumstances that impel this transformation. Your free will and the free will of others is sacred. If one is taken and transformed, a dreadful bond is created, and one which must be paid for, most often with pain. For to transgress the wishes of another is against the laws we have developed to keep us from falling too deeply into an abyss of depravity and cruelty. If you have had something occur against your will, you will feel something of your soul's vitality draining from you. For the soul needs its blood, its chi, nifri, prana too. It may be unseen, but the angels can glimpse it, as can those of you with the preternatural sight. Free will is as sacred as a sacrament in the church, and to you this is very important at present. If one has stolen fragments of your soul through the imposition of their will upon your own, strengthen your will at this time. Do not go with the flow, as they say, for this is an energy imposed by culture or by another soul who loves to have the energy of those who follow them at their disposal. And then it has a blessing section, and then it has a curse section, and then it has a working with this card. So I'm not going to go into all of that because there's quite a bit there. But that's quite a lot that's given to us, I think. That's amazing. And that's from the Le Vampire deck. And quickly, if I can find... Here it is, the guidebook to... Here it is. Guidebook to... The Alice in Wonderland. Well, this is funny. Okay, so let's pick one. Let's pick the first one because that's easy. All in the Golden Afternoon. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's go for it. So what you get here is some keywords. It says here, inspiration, creative spark, imagination, conception. Anon, to study silence one. In fancy they pursue, the dream child moving through a land of wonders wild and new. So you get a little poem, and then you get something about the card. It says, in ancient times we do not think an individual was responsible for their creativity. More so, a person blessed with creative genius, a divine spark of brilliant idea was thought to have been visited by a muse, genie, or another spirit that could inspire someone with ideas that were longing to be born in the world. Just a second. At the very beginning of the tale of Alice, there is a poem, a preface, which portrays the moment of the author was begged to create a story. This card represents the time immediately before Alice's existence. There is no rabbit hole, no Cheshire Cat, no Mad Hatter, no Queen of Hearts. There's only the urge to tell a story. So it is with you at this moment. A spark of inspiration is about to descend upon you. A wondrous tale is asking to be told through you. This surge of imagination can take many forms. It can be a creative solution to a problem you're experiencing. It may mean using visualization to improve at a physical activity, or painting a picture with a new technique or a fresh perspective. Whatever form it takes, you are actively telling the story of your life with every word you speak and creating a story in action with every move you make. What wonderlands can you create when you allow yourself to be open to the genius all about you and invite it to come into the world through you? You are imaginative, you are creative, you have that spark within you. Whatever it is that you wish to do, paint, draw, sing, write, dance, do this creative, vital, brilliant, life-bringing thing. Who knows what creation you can bring forth? Why not begin to discover the possibilities of today? And then it gives you a divination section, a little few words, and a reverse section. Again, I think that's plenty. I think that's a really good amount of meat to go on. It's very similar to my experience with the oracles that I just shown you before. Lucy Cavendish does give, quite a good meaty amount to work with. But overall, I have to say, going back to these cards, I mean, let me see if I can find another one just to hold up here, because just look at that. Absolutely gorgeous and stunning. I just have to say, that these decks have just blown me away with the quality of not just, the artwork, but also I have to say this time, Blue Angel Production has made for me these decks worth getting, because I just love that, how the colors pop. I'm a color person sometimes, and I just like the way the colors pop. And for me, both of these decks I think will also be very useful with other decks that I use, other tarot decks that I use. And also I think they're going to be really useful as just altar cards, or one night just picking up a card, drawing it, and just doing some journaling. I love doing stuff like that. I'm someone that I just, if you know, my practice, whether it be tarot or oracle or just prayer and meditation, whatever it is, I'm someone that just believes that when I put my pen to paper, you know, the authentic me, it's not just it's revealed on paper, but it also I get to undo and let go of so much so that I can be myself with others. And you know, it's something that I'm always striving for, because like many people, not maybe everyone, but many people in the world, you know, sometimes I've also gone through that difficulty of just how can I be myself, how can I be my true me, how can I not feel judged or apprehensive and scared. And sometimes, you know, like whether it's going to be using cards like I do right now and you're seeing it on the channel, or just, you know, just putting my pen to paper, I think it just is part of the process of me, you know, becoming, you know, in French it says devenir, you know, becoming. And I love that word, you know, it is about just arriving at oneself, right? But that's how I feel about it, devenir, just arriving at myself. So I say that because I feel really, really like these cards are gonna, you know, they're part of that story and process for me. And you know, I don't think everybody has to have them. I don't think you have to buy these, but if you are interested in either one, I would definitely recommend them, because yeah, I just, you know, I'm somebody that, like, when I go and buy something, I just want to feel like, was it worth spending that money on? And this time I'm just so pleasantly surprised. So thank you for joining me today for this impromptu unboxing, unveiling, whatever. I don't do these often on my channel, but if you want me to share maybe more with you, just let me know and I will try. But until then, have a great weekend. I think it's going to be tomorrow already where I'm going to do the other part of the abundance workshops and working with moon magic. But otherwise, have a good weekend. And I'm sure I'm going to see you again soon on the Curator Shelf. Thank you for joining me today, and I wish you all a good weekend. Bye-bye.